So today we're just gonna electrify this building here, and it's the old hack house. But the old fella, he sold his draft horses there maybe 10 years ago, so there's not a lot of tack in there. But he keeps his duck food and seeds, bird seeds and stuff in there. So, and what happens is the mice, if you don't maintain your trap line, the mice, they'll steal the grain and they'll stow it in the wall. And then the bears walk through here all the time. So the first bear to walk through here, they smelled it in the wall. Then they just open up the wall and sit there and eat. So I'm going to repair this, and I'm going to take this off, all that, and repair it. And then we're going to throw electric fence on there. I'm going to hold the same elevation as my posts, because then it'll act as double duty. I get a herd of goats, a bunch of other livestock. This is what I start them off with. I start with 4 lines, then I'm constantly trying to drop lines because it takes time to load up 4, but if you get it down to 2, then you can do a lot of animals very quickly. But anyhow, so that's what I'm going to do, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that. But first I'm going to take this is 3/8 plywood, and thanks to a handful of world elites doing this global lockdown scam, this huge lie that they're pushing to steal the middle class through what's called Cantillon effect. These sheets of plywood are now like almost unaffordable. The last time I bought one was like, I don't know, it was like $8 or $8 to $12 somewhere around there, and now they're like $35. So instead of wasting money on that, he's got a big pile at 1/4 inch. So I'll dig out 4 sheets that look alright, and I'll just double them up. That'll be 1/2 inch, and I'll just change this whole side over to 1/2 inch, and then repair the hinge and stuff like this. And yeah, I'm going to use insulators. I'm going to snowshoe up to, there's an old squatter camp up top side of this building, this property here, and they had a milk cow at one time, so I'm going to go grab all the insulators that are all over the place and put them on here, repurpose them, you know. They're still in good shape. Hammer. Fuck, I was going to bring one too. Forgot. I got a solution to this problem. Kinds of stuff. Oh, no way. What the hell? Somebody leave that out in the snow, eh? Alright. I might have to come. We'll bring that. I need one of those too. It's kind of a nice little machinist box, this one. Tap. bucks. And now with the depression going on, that'll probably be 3,000. Warms up, I'll come and grab it. Need a hammer. Where is the hammer? Thing I want to do is walk all the way back. There's something here. I know there is. Well, funny that this one. I can't get this one opening. Still frozen. Well, let's what can I use? Oh yeah. I'll use this. Shit me. What I wouldn't do for a hammer. Thing's worth about 3 cents. I'm spending $50 worth of pulling. But this is the new Venezuela, so I get used to it. Seems like that can go a lot higher than that.
Quack. Quack.
What do I do with the string? String. Fuck. Idiot.
Was an issue in the winter time with the horses. Definitely.
It's looking like shit. But it's out of the way. I can just zip tie these and fucking call it a day. Maybe I will. Let's So, let me do it. Anyhow. Let's keep her nice up to here. Set it roughly. That's fine. What I'm gonna do, this is cheat. Because I already zip tied the outside, so I don't want to push this all out. So I'll just zip tie it. Enough, that's fine. Good enough. Good enough. Alright. I'm happy with that. That's tight. That's off. Or that's on. That's off. So this is a is it's dedicated to the shed, so it'll train all the wildlife, mainly the bears. And then for the house unit is on here, so that's off, that's on, so the old fella can play with his hot floor and hot door, and he's always changing stuff around, keeping the bears guessing. So this is what he wanted. He wanted it off and on so he could play with different stuff, and then but I want that shed going because I want the bears in the middle of the night to wake up. And you know what I'm all talking about. When you wake up, you go like that. And I want them thinking that my fence is chasing them and ripping them right out of their sleep. So that's what I want this. This is his charger. And this is made by the Americans. Was it Parmak? I always pronounce it wrong. Like semi-retarded that way. But yeah. So it's not as pretty as I'd like it. Not as pretty as mine was. But regardless, it works. So I'm just going to double spell check everything, make sure I got it all up, and then plug her in and we'll test the voltage. And see what this sucker does. 25 miles it does, 40K. So it doesn't say how many joules it is. So hopefully she's up there. Hopefully in the 5, 6 at least, but we'll see. Anyhow, I think this job is getting done. And then the main line I put over top there, that's burial ground, or the burial wire. I'll run it underneath, and I'll clean up the outside of the house too and put a proper plastic conduit thing that goes down and makes it look professional. And but there's no digging in the ground right now, so it's all frozen. So that'll be a summertime thing. Clean this all up, and then we'll put some shelving and stuff in here too. It's getting kind of messy. Okay, so here we're out at the shed. I just got a jerry rigged right now, and because this, I'll bury this come summer. The ground thaws and I can dig. So we'll give it a test. It's 9 kilovolts, 0 amps. That might be a problem. 9.8, 9.9 kilovolts, 0 amps. So I'm thinking it's still not working very well. Well, it's definitely got a little more snap, but it still sucks. It should just blow your hand right off. You shouldn't be able to hold it like that. See? When you just barely touch it, it's not too bad. But when I grab it, it's just a little... You should be able to hold it like that. And so I put the recommended grounds on for the Parmak. And, you know, you should have, for every joule of charger, you should have 3 feet of ground rod. And I even put a couple extra feet on there. So I'm not very impressed with it. It's an old charger, but actually let's test this. So 9 kilovolts, 0 amps. So it is what it is. You know, and I wasn't very impressed with those Parmak posts too, or those grounding rods. They're only 6 feet. You know, a house rod is like 10. And on my last one, I bought the copper coated one, so I grabbed the copper clamps. I used the copper line, and I got full power. But mine was a Speedrite, and whatever the manufacturer said it was capable of producing, I had mine producing that. Like, you could not touch this line like that, let alone grab it like this. You would do it once and you'd never do it again on purpose. So, like, that'll teach bears or whatever, but I'm not impressed at all. Like, my solar charger does a better job. So 9 volts, 9.9 kilovolts, 9.9 kilovolts, 0 amps. You know, I could try maybe wire brushing the terminals, seeing if that's the problem, but it sure don't look like it. It just looks like it's junk. But regardless, I'm gonna play with it some more, but I think we're gonna call this job done for now. And I'll just have to get a big boy charger. And you know. But that's the difference. You're paying for your charger. Like, my charger, I had a Speedrite at the time. It was the biggest one you could bring into Canada because all the government nonsense. And it was a 3600. So that was it was 36 joules. And then there was a 64 Speedrite that had 64 joules, but I couldn't get it into Canada because of our government. And but I see Gallager's got a 100 joule machine now. It's great big. It's like 3,600 Canadian, so it's a lot of money. But you know, there won't be any of this holding the wire garbage. So yeah, kind of let down on that charger, to tell you the truth. And I put in some really good grounds. I got brand new grounds, and then those two funny looking bars I pounded in, those are stainless. I pulled them out of the scrap. We got this big scrap pile back there. So I pulled 2 stainless things out, pounded them in the ground. I even soldered the wire onto it, so it had a good connection. And then that 5/8 copper rod is just an extra piece I had for making my temporary grounding rods for my electric fence charger. And that was just an extra one. I was going to make it, but then I had 3, and I was like, 3 is working. So I just kept it there in case I needed it. I might even pull that out, and so I can use it for my own gear instead of giving it to the old fella. But yeah, shit, I'm definitely not. How about this one? Yeah, it's definitely got a snap, but what a joke. Yeah, what a joke. Mine, you touch that with your finger, damn, you blow your finger off your hand, you know? And you'd give out this girlish scream. The whole neighborhood would hear you. So I'm not happy about it.